Ever swipe your card, hear that beep, and think, wow, that's it? I just got stuff for basically nothing? Yeah, except not really. That beep is like the sound of a mousetrap snapping. And spoiler, you're not the one setting it. Today, we're talking about the 7 quiet moves credit card companies pull while pretending to be your best friend. The 0% promo rate is like a snake in a tuxedo. Polished, charming, harmless. Until it lunges. On the surface, it feels like free money. Interest-free for a year, the ads scream. But the fine print hides the fangs. The key word is deferred, not forgiven. Miss the payoff deadline by even $1 and the bank slaps you. Imagine buying a $1,200 laptop. You knock out $1,100 before the deadline, thinking you'll clear the last $100 next week. Nope. The moment the promo ends, the whole $1,200 is backdated with interest. 18 months of discipline erased in a moment. Store cards love this trick. No interest if paid in full gets plastered in giant letters, while the catch hides in small font. They bank on holiday madness, impulse buying, and your memory slipping just once. And the countdown is ruthless. Psychologically, it works because humans are awful with invisible timers. You start believing the fuse was a dud. Then, on the final day, the bomb goes off. That's deferred interest. And here's the cruel twist. It doesn't just trap reckless spenders. Careful, responsible people get caught too. Maybe a paycheck arrives late, a car repair pops up, or life throws you a curveball. One small miss and months of steady payments vanish under a mounting of retroactive interest. The bank doesn't care about context. The machine just flips on, and the charges hit. The promos aren't meant for you to win. They're bait. The shiny tuxedo, the promise of beating the system. The thrill of buying now and paying later, it's theater. The takeaway isn't to avoid every promo, but to know exactly what game you're playing. If you can automate the payoff, track the deadline like it's law, and never let a cent linger, these deals can be useful, but never confuse deferred with forgiven. Because in the end, their business isn't generosity. It's making sure that snake in the tuxedo never leaves hungry. That minimum payment due line on your bill? It's like a waiter bringing you a single breadstick and insisting that's dinner. Looks small, feels harmless, even comforting, but it's a trap, engineered with one purpose: to keep you paying for as long as possible. You've got $2,000 on a credit card charging 19% interest. The statement says minimum due, $35. Breathe easy. $35? Less than dinner out with friends. Pay that and you're safe, right? Wrong. Stick to that friendly little minimum and you're not climbing out of debt anytime soon. 12 years of slow payments. You'll fork over about $2,700 in interest alone. More than the $2,000 you originally spent. This isn't an accident. It's design. The banks dress it up like kindness. Hey, no rush. The reality is uglier. Every month at the minimum, you're renting your own debt, paying to keep it alive. Interest doesn't just sit politely on the original $2,000. It piles up month after month, keeping you chained to the cycle. That $35 doesn't dent the principal much. Most of it feeds the interest monster, while your balance barely budges. Even the tiniest bump over the minimum can shatter that cycle. Just $50 more a month can drop your timeline from 12 years to 4. Instead of paying $2,700 in interest, you're looking at under $800. You've hacked the system. Minimum payments are a comfort trap. They fool you into thinking you're in control, while you're just standing still. Every extra buck you send is a step toward that exit. It's time to break free from the cycle. Interest doesn't just sit politely on the original $2,000. It piles up month after month, keeping you chained to the cycle. That $35 doesn't dent the principal much. Most of it feeds the interest monster, while your balance barely budges. Even the tiniest bump over the minimum can shatter that cycle. Just $50 more a month can drop your timeline from 12 years to 4. Instead of paying $2,700 in interest, you're looking at under $800. You've hacked the system. Minimum payments are a comfort trap. They fool you into thinking you're in control, while you're just standing still. Every extra buck you send is a step toward that exit. It's time to break free from the cycle. Humans love small, easy wins. That $35 checkmark gives a hit of relief. I did my job. But that comfort is the bank's golden goose. Life is busy. Money is tight. The path of least resistance wins most of the time. The breadstick is enough to stop you from asking where the main course went. 12 years of interest payments on a $2,000 purchase is their dream scenario. They fight hard to keep the minimum low and affordable. Breaking free doesn't require a lottery ticket. It requires refusing the breadstick and demanding the full meal. Even small increases in your monthly payment tilt the balance back in your favor. Every extra dollar reduces your total time and interest. The minimum payment is not your friend. It's a velvet-covered shackle. Step beyond it, and the whole structure collapses in your favor. The due date on your statement isn't just an innocent number. It's a booby trap disguised as a calendar square. Many issuers hide cutoff times in fine print, like 5 p.m. in a time zone you've never been in. Pay at 5:02 and you're hit with a late fee and a penalty interest rate that clings to your account for months. They even pull the holiday shuffle, shifting your due date when you're distracted, like after Christmas. A tiny mistake on due dates leads to a long, expensive punishment. Don't let it happen to you. Some issuers want the payment cleared by the due date. Delays can make your payment late, even if submitted on time. Treat the due date like it's a week earlier. Pay your statement off immediately instead of waiting. Automate your full balance payment so it runs in the background, and set reminders to avoid distractions. If you face these traps, you know that costs can add up quickly. Being early and consistent is key. The due date on your statement isn't just an innocent number. It's a booby trap disguised as a calendar square. Issuers bury cutoff times in the fine print, like 5 p.m. in a random time zone. Pay at 5:02 and you're hit with a late fee. They pull the holiday shuffle, nudging your due date forward or backward when you're most distracted. A missed payment doesn't just cost a late fee. It triggers a penalty interest rate that can last for months. It's like this. A tiny mistake turns your card into a miniature debt factory. One slip and you pay for it dearly. Some issuers don't just want the payment made by the due date. They want it cleared by then. That's an important distinction. If your bank transfer lags by a day, or if the online portal glitches, your on-time payment can still be stamped late. The cutoff clock isn't just ticking, it's often running in a completely different time zone, not matching your reality. It's not always laziness or neglect. Sometimes life throws chaos at you, a sick child, or a sudden work emergency. No matter the reason, the outcome is the same. A small slip can snowball into months of higher interest and heavier costs. The best way to sidestep this trap is to strip the drama out of it completely. Stop playing by their exact deadlines. Treat the due date like it's a week earlier. No exceptions. The moment your statement posts, knock out the payment. Automate the full balance so it pays itself in the background, and then back yourself up with reminders. Building in that buffer isn't paranoia. It's self-defense. One late fee leads to a penalty APR, snowballing costs. The real strategy is to be so boringly early and consistently scheduled that the traps never spring. Cashback and points are like a magician's sleight of hand. Look at the shiny prize, while the real trick is happening behind the scenes. That 1% or 2% rebate they give you, it's pocket change compared to the money they earn from merchant fees. Miss a payment or close the account, and poof, your hard-earned points vanish. The bigger trap isn't losing points, it's how rewards can nudge you into spending more. You justify that extra coffee maker by telling yourself, I'll get 5% back. But you're trading $1 for a shiny dime. Once you hit the cap, usually about $100 in rewards per quarter, you revert to earning just 1%. The overspending habit is already set. Treat rewards as a pleasant surprise. Use your card only for necessary purchases. Pay the balance in full each month. When cashback arrives, view it as a bonus, not an incentive to overspend. It's like finding a forgotten $20. Secret 6. The insurance upsell nobody asked for. Ever received a cheerful email offering payment protection? Sounds like a bargain, but you're paying the bank to delay collecting their money. The fine print reveals many exclusions. If you're a freelancer or gig worker, you may not be covered at all. Be cautious of these offers. That fee isn't just a one-time thing. It's added to your balance, meaning you're also paying interest on it. Over the years, it works like a slow leak in your financial roof, quietly draining money until the damage is done. Some banks sneak it in during system updates, hoping you won't spot the tiny line on your statement. They might bundle it with credit monitoring to show it as one charge, making it easier to miss. Opt out in writing and keep an eagle eye on your statements every month to ensure it doesn't reappear. Remember, you're entitled to free credit reports from the bureaus by law, so why pay for something free? The best protection plan is a small emergency fund and knowing what's on your statement. One day, you log in and surprise, your credit limit's doubled. Feels great, right? It's really bait to tempt you into spending more. Higher limits lead to more spending and more money for the banks in fees. But watch out, they can drop that limit without warning. Suddenly, you're at 100% utilization and your score tanks. Other lenders may jack up your rates. It's a chain reaction. This isn't about paranoia. It's about preparation. Use only a small portion of your limit and keep an emergency fund in cash. If you've fallen for these tricks, drop your story in the comments. Like and subscribe for more insights.